Standard's 3 AR platform 12-gauge tactical shotguns. William Hovey Smith, 2016. Now here we go through 3 different styles of shotguns on AR platforms, including the amazing double-barrel pump shotgun.
Right barrel, left barrel.
This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures. And I'm speaking to Lou Frudioso of Standard Manufacturing Company. Now, Lou, you have some very unusual variations on shotguns, most especially on AR platforms that few people have seen before.
That's all about the change.
Yes, sir. Now, you have one of your standard, quote, unquote, looking guns. Would you care to tell us a little bit about that one?
Well, I'd love to. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here looks like some sort of AR-15. Got bad news for you. It's not. This is a semi-automatic, gas-operated shotgun, 12 gauge with a detachable magazine, adjustable stock, and AR-15 style safety, rail mounting system, short-barreled, screw-in chokes from, my understanding, you're from Georgia, from the thread pattern is the Trulock thread pattern.
Right.
And this is, again, a semi-automatic pump, excuse me, I didn't mean pump. This is a semi-automatic gas-operated shotgun. It's going to retail for about $999 at your local gun shop. And this is just the second coolest thing that we've ever came out with.
Yes, sir. Now, what is the market for such guns?
Well, I think the tactical market is amazing because if someone is used to shooting an AR-15 and they want to move into the shotgun platform, again, it's a very familiar feel. It's a very familiar ergonomic system where they're used to knowing where all the buttons and switches and how the magazine releases and so forth. It's a platform that people are already accustomed to.
Yes, sir. Now, you have a little shorter version that's even more handy for squad cars and such things.
Well, as I mentioned, this is the last gun was the second most interesting thing that we've ever came out with. This is the most interesting thing. If you're familiar with the DP-12 double pump shotgun that we introduced last year, it's been very successful for us. We've put the recoil absorption system into that last gun you saw. Into this gun, there's a spring-loaded mechanism in here that'll absorb all the energy. But wait. Somebody's gone and moved the trigger group on us. We've now put the trigger group in front of the action of the gun. You can see that the ejection port, the feed system with the detachable magazine, is now behind the trigger group. So now this is putting the gun way back into your arm, and it's got a cute little bull-pup format. No one that I know has this.
Yes,
so it's the same semi-automatic, detachable magazine gun that we just saw, now in a bull-pup form factor. The last gun you saw was $999, and if you want the tiny, teeny-weeny little one, it's going to be $12.99 through your local gun shop. On this particular gun, you've seen that I mentioned the Trulock choke tube system. We've put in the DNA scrapers on this one, so eventually people are going to put in silencers and all sorts of crazy things. The barrel's threaded to do these things. And these are very exciting times at Standard Manufacturing, and we're located in New Britain, Connecticut. These guns I've showed you today are all made in New Britain, Connecticut.
Yes, sir. Now, the weight of this piece?
This gun's about 7.5 pounds, 7.75 pounds. Very light, tiny little agile gun.
And chamber for 3-inch shells?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next one, of course, you've already previously mentioned, is your very interesting double-barrel pump shotgun.
The double pump shotgun was new last year at the SHOT Show and Range Day, where we're at today, by the way. And this is really cool and really unusual. Again, built in New Britain, Connecticut, our factory. But this is a bottom feed, bottom ejection system, okay? So there's no left side to this gun. There's no right side to this gun. The left side, the right side, if you're left-handed, you're right-handed, you can't make up your mind, this is the gun for you. First, how this works is you rack the slide. If there were 2 shells in each chamber, and this is 2 barrels, it would just kick them both out. There's also 2 magazines underneath each barrel. Each magazine is dedicated to the barrel above it. This is a straight line feed and straight line ejection system, which makes it very, very reliable. So again, I've just kicked out 2 dead shells or spent shells and put 2 live shells in the action. Now think of this gun as a side-by-side shotgun with a single trigger. The first time you pull the barrel, pull the trigger, it shot the right barrel. The second time, we didn't rack it, shoots the left barrel. Just like a side-by-side shotgun with a single trigger. But instead of opening the gun and ejecting the shells, now the gun thinks it's a pump shotgun. Out came 2 spent shells, in went 2 fresh shells, right barrel, left barrel. 16 rounds in about 6 or 7 seconds with this gun.
Yes, sir. Now, in the operation of the gun, if you only fired one,
Yes.
and most people are used to the idea of firing one shot and then working the mechanism.
It's locked.
Okay, so it wouldn't allow you to do that.
The gun still thinks it has a live shell in the left barrel. If you want to bypass that, the bolt release is right here. So the slide will lock until you pull the trigger twice. Now it knows there's 2 spent shells, eject 2 fresh ones. If at any time that you want to release or eject live shells out of the chamber, all you do is deploy the bolt release, and that would cycle all through the live shells if you were going home and wanted to unload the gun.
Now, one gun very familiar to your ancestors was, of course, the blunderbuss.
This is my home-built Traditions young blunderbuss with a turkey load. Now, in case you wonder I'm blowing smoke about using this thing, here is the wild turkey it took. Now, we also hunted New York black bear and swan and small game, and I have videos about them.
Okay.
I see this as the modern equivalent of the blunderbuss, to be fired basically from the hip position to help absorb the recoil.
Well,
Do you see it that way or
you
not?
can shoot it from the hip, but the way that we like to tell people to shoot this gun is really to put it in a shoulder position and shoot it that way. But if you want to shoot it this way, I think you'll probably shoot a little bit better off of the shoulder. You'd have a little more accuracy involved in that, but there's nothing stopping you from shooting it from the waist position.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much for telling us about your very interesting guns.
My pleasure entirely. Thank you.
I mostly cover the somewhat offbeat part of the outdoor market. Included in my books are extreme muzzleloading, backyard deer hunting, killing deer really in your backyard, crossbow hunting, as well as practical bow fishing. I have a series of e-books on different aspects of muzzleloading, including muzzleloaders for hunters, as well as shooting and maintaining your muzzleloader. Among my business books in the Profit series, the first title is Ideas for New Businesses, and here's a little blurb about me and about the book. Tactical shotguns, particularly the pump version, can be loaded with either lethal or non-lethal loads for police or home defense. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 475 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoviesmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.